A large group of testifiers showed up to the Hawaii County Council meeting on Tuesday to voice their approval for the Kohanaiki Coastal Park. The county voted to accept the 38-acre coastal park from developer Kohanaiki Shores, LLC. It was the culmination of decades of litigation that in 2003 resulted in an agreement to jointly manage the park, keeping it open to the public. Kona Councilwoman Karen Eoff, who has been a part of the effort to preserve the popular shoreline that includes the Pine Trees Surf Spot, co-chaired the day of discussion in Kona. A number of individuals who were crucial in making the dedication a reality were on hand to testify.
We're creating a 1-mile-long shoreline park that will preserve the environmental and cultural aspects of Kohanaiki forever. And it's a park at the very doorstep of the most populated area of Kona, where people can come and enjoy it, just as many of the people in the audience here and their children have enjoyed it, and forever into the future. So it's something that we really need to be happy about. And it's really a tribute to the efforts of those people that cherish the area and work so hard to protect it.
I go camping there with my family. We've used the facilities, the new facilities now, and from what I hear from everyone using it, they are very happy with the restrooms. Some people that I know personally, they cannot use the blue portable outhouses. So they leave, they drive home, and they come back. Now they don't have to drive, they can just use the public restrooms and showers right there.
Wanted road access, we wanted input and management, camping, we wanted bathrooms, we wanted funding, we wanted setbacks, we wanted permanent height restrictions, we wanted permanent dedication and land restrictions for the landowners. And we wanted more, but we negotiated in good faith with them, and this is as much as we could get. We feel it was a very good deal. I would have liked more. We asked for more, but in the negotiations, we felt that it was as good a deal as we could get, and we're very happy with the park.
It has made things better, and I hope, by the way, that the next project that you, Karen, and others from Kona, Drew, Mamo, will be to go after O'oma along the shoreline, because that will complete it almost all the way out to Kiholo. And that was a vision we talked about at Kapa'akai. So, and the other thing I want to mention is Kuleana. What has happened is that the people from Kona, along with their elected officials and their appointed officials, got together and said, this is our Kuleana. We are going to work together because it's our responsibility, which is what Kuleana means.
I think Kohanaiki is a template for the state, especially this county, but the state and every place else, of a relationship, what can be in regards to the developer or landowner and the people. For those of you, and I say a lot of you, that are not familiar with the background of Kohanaiki, listen to one statement made by both Mr. Chris Ewan and Angel Pilago. 14, 15 years of battle. This is how far back it went before they decided to sit down. And this is where I first met Ms. Eoff as a citizen, not a council, and Mr. Pilago and James Sogi. Mr. Pilago and Mr. Sogi were two people that worked on this continuously for, if I remember correctly, 8 to 9 months to get to where it is before you today. This is more than acceptance of a beach park. This is a specialness of a developer, of the names of Rudder Development, of Ray Rudder and Dave Eady and Mr. Bill McMorrow of Kennedy Wilson. Like I said, I could go on the gratitude I feel for the community of empowering themselves to do this. This is special.
The park has already undergone drastic changes since we were there for the blessing ceremony last year. The access road has been paved, complete with speed bumps. Once there, another paved path leads motorists along the shore, with the beach on one side and a golf course on the other. Behind the greens, million-dollar luxury units. Only 7 right now, but at full build-out there should be about 500 or so. On the beach, kapu signs are posted to preserve sensitive ecological and cultural areas. More than 120 parking spaces, a new restroom and shower area, and even a new canoe halau are among the improvements.
Kohanaiki Park comes with a halau. It's going to be deeded into the public trust. This public place, this halau, is also going to be given a double hull canoe. For the first time in the history of the state of Hawaii, you have a park going into the public trust. You have a law that signifies the unity and binding of a community. And you have a canoe, a double hull voyaging canoe that takes us into the future. These are the young men back here, part of the voyaging society who will carry our message of aloha throughout the world as we circumnavigate the world with Hokulea and Hiki Analia. These are the foundation things that you set this day. Please consider things, not necessarily in a historical context, but in a way to look at bringing things together so we can move to the future.
But not all changes were so well received.
My heart breaks to see so much of what we fought for lost, despite great legal victories achieved, lives changed for the better, and the friendships made. I support transferring 38 acres of land for the public park. However, it is an indignity to call the 65 acres that are a private golf course anything other than what it was, a PR ploy that sugarcoats the truth that developers are getting exclusive use of public land. Misleading statements promising 110 acres of public park created mistrust of the so-called good faith agreement. We see with our eyes what we've got, and we know in our hearts what we've lost.
Personally, I spend 3 to 4 days a week at the beach that we call Pine Trees. I was in the water when the heavy machinery broke ground to create the park we speak of today. When I ducked my head underwater to escape those horribly offensive noises, I heard and felt the vibration of the land. And I stood on the beach as the keiki cried, wondering what happened to the trees that they loved to play on.
The termination of the old Jeep trail at the south end of the beach is one example of the sort of thing that is not sitting well with some park users.
You can't just take this Jeep trail away from us because it's our culture. It's my culture. It's what my grandpa used. It's what my great-grandpa used. This is part of our family as we grew up as kids to use this Jeep trail. And I thank everyone for their speech about how long they've been here, but we've been here for generations.
You have the power to keep the Jeep Road vehicular access open all the way to the south end of our park. Let us keep our access, and you be happy with how very much you have.
Beyond that, there's a half a mile where, from there to the national park boundary, where it's going to be pedestrian access. You have to walk. 15 minutes to the park boundary. And this is a good thing. This creates an area where you have an experience that's quieter, more peaceful than if you had a road 50 feet behind the beach.
And giving the other part of the population that doesn't like to have a vehicle parked right at the beach a place to be too. I mean, this is a beach for everybody.
The disagreement has created a rift within the Kohanaiki Ohana. Some called it a bittersweet day.
It's sad for me to see the group that fought for this for so long that so many of my friends are barely speaking to each other anymore because of what happened down there.
We have lots more compromise ahead of us. We have lots more interesting issues. There is lots of change. But change is a constant and suffering is optional. And I look forward to continuing this legacy of support, positivity, and finding solutions.
The council members, however, were very happy with the project and accepted it as a model compromise.
This is so essential, so good for our community. I just want to smile because this is a place where we can all go down and enjoy our beach, enjoy the public access that we have to an amazing place. I did grow up in this area, not in this area, but I did go down when I was small. And to be able to, now I can bring my kupuna down there and they can have a place where they can use a bathroom, a place where we can all gather together and enjoy such a great place for Kona.
It's time for the war to be over. It really is. We need the time now to heal The second person that I want to comment on, and I don't remember her name, but she said this is a very bittersweet compromise because neither side got everything they wanted. But that's the nature of a compromise. It just, you just have to grit your teeth and move on.
And perhaps most importantly, the new Kohanaiki is getting the okay from Auntie Elizabeth Maluihili, a treasured kupuna of the area.
I remember when I was a child, there was nothing but donkeys and cows and all wild animals here. But today, there's none of them here, but the residents, people, it's so great. Thank you folks very much. It's a pleasure to be here and enjoy you folks and happy and take care. All I ask that everyone to take care of the place, to help it clean up, take your trash away and whatever you have, take it home with you. And this is something for the benefit of the whole public in our area. Thank you very much.
Thank you.